go, my gladiators. Fight to the death. Hello everyone, and welcome to Money's Worth. This time I bought Gladiator Guild Manager on Steam, and since it has a base price of €14.79, I'm going to play it for 15 hours. When I'm done, I'm going to rate it on gameplay, content, and Money's Worth. I'll play it for 15 hours and be back with my ratings. And I'm back. I have now played Gladiator Guild Manager for 15 hours. Let's get into the review. In this game, you manage a guild of gladiators to become the champion of champions. We go into the campaign and start a new run. First of all, you need some gladiators. To be able to buy a gladiator, you need to have the gladiators building in your guild. You have 3 gladiator buildings to start with and unlock more available for purchase the longer you get in the campaign. You can also buy items and equip them on your gladiators to increase their stats. Items have 1 stat or a mix of up to 3 stats. For example, body armor has main stats and stamina. All gladiators have a set of abilities they used in a prioritized order. Abilities have a main component like damage, and they have range, stamina use, cast time, and cooldown. You can see how each gladiator's abilities scale with main stat. When you hover over the marked number, you can see how stats will affect that number. So you can see how much damage will increase for each stat, or how much cooldown will go down with each stat. For simplicity's sake, they have marked each gladiator with a main stat that will generally improve their abilities the most. When you go into a fight, you have to set up your gladiators in such a way that you will counter or outpower your opponent's setup. You can activate gladiator info to see what order your gladiators use their abilities and get a bit of information on how you want to upgrade your gladiators. You can activate priority points, so you can choose what you want each gladiator to attack first. If you don't activate this, the game will prioritize for you. Sometimes the priority system didn't work for me, and I ended up not using it for a while, until I got owned a few times, and I felt I had to use it again. Every time you win a fight, your gladiators gain experience. When they level up, you gain 5 points to place in stats. There are also breakpoints in levels where you gain more item slots for gladiators. So, the gameplay seems pretty straightforward, with a lot of ways to perfect your playstyle. How's the content? If you like my review, consider hitting that subscribe button to get notified of my new videos. Thank you. First of all, let's look at the campaign. Fight in the Ring of Death. There are 4 fights to choose from, and if you win or lose, you have to wait 7 days to try the fight again or choose another one. If you complete all 4 fights, you can reset the table for free. Complete events popping up in the upper right corner. These events are influenced by what faction you have reputation with. These events are small fights against gladiators from other factions or fights against tough bosses. Fight in the championship every month. Complete the championship and qualify for the next and harder one. There are 5 difficulties ranging from easy to hell. There is a possibility to turn on permanent death for the gladiators, and you can choose how much gold compensation you get for losing a gladiator and their items. Tournament mode is a survival mode where you can choose 3 starting gladiators and then you just fight without the rest of the gameplay from the campaign. You have 5 lives. At the top you can see a timeline of what will happen next. Every 8 rounds you are able to choose a new gladiator to add to your shop, and you get another slot on the field. You then have to set up fights and see how long you can last. Lastly, there is a level editor where you can set up fights and try out every possible combination of gladiators and items, but I didn't go into that in my 15 hours. There seems to be a decent amount of things to do. How will I rate the categories? The game can be played by anyone until you turn up the difficulty, and then the advanced strategy gamers can come in and have their way with the game. The only thing I noticed was that the priority system didn't work all the time, and I felt robbed of a win because the gladiator ran the wrong way. The gameplay also gets a little one-sided after some time, and I feel like the gameplay could offer a bit more variety. I rate the gameplay a 4 out of 5. It took me about 10 hours to finish all the championships on normal difficulty in a campaign, with a bit of struggle here and there. But even though there are so many ways to play this game, you can ramp up the difficulty to get a bigger challenge, and you can also turn on permanent gladiator death for an even bigger challenge. You can try out new starting gladiators or run with a random squad. So there are many ways to play and change up your strategy. I rate the content a 5 out of 5. Gladiator Guild Manager is a cheap game at €14.79, and it offers great gameplay and a good amount of content. It was fun for me as a not seasoned strategy gamer playing on the normal difficulty. It is a bit heavy on the strategy side, but if you like setting up the best team and perfecting setups, I think this game might be for you. I rate the money's worth a 5 out of 5. I hope you found out if Gladiator Guild Manager could be your money's worth. Look through my other videos to see if you can find games that will be your money's worth. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.